The New World Order, Bishop Grady Leon, what the fuck going on for this BFN Report? Donald Trump Jr. is actually being subpoenaed by the Republican-led Senate Intelligence Committee. Now, this is the first time that any one of Trump's children have actually been subpoenaed by Congress. But Donald Trump Jr., he actually did appear before the Intelligence Committee in 2017 voluntarily, where he actually said that regarding the Trump Towers being built in Moscow, Russia, he actually said that he was only peripherally aware of that situation. Peripherally meaning basically he was on the outside of it. But that directly contradicted what Trump's lawyer Michael Cohen had actually said when he testified in Congress not too long ago, where he was basically said that he actually briefed him and Ivanka about the shit like 10 times. So they obviously want some clarity. I mean, even the Republican senators want to know. So, you know, this should be interesting. We'll see how this pans out. Green Wall and graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady Leon, what the fuck going on for this BFN Report, man. Check out, you see me in the Voice for the People gear, man. Go ahead, check it. We got them in all colors and sizes, and we got pants and book bags and all types of shit, whatever. Go check out blackfoxnews.com/shop, support the movement. But check this, though. Trump has actually imposed new sanctions against nuclear weapon holder Iran, or Iran, you know, however you feel comfortable pronouncing it. Now, keep this in context, because yesterday I already reported that the Iranian president had already announced that they are going to increase their uranium supply in 60 days if the other countries that are actually in that nuclear treaty with them don't actually shield them from the United States sanctions against companies buying their oil from them. Well, the U.S. then imposes new sanctions that's actually saying that anybody buying metals from Iran, aluminum, copper, and other metals or whatever, will actually be punished. So we'll see how this pans out, man. It just seems like it's all provoking war. Green Wall and graduation. We'll go to Bishop Grady Leon, what the fuck going on for this BFN Report. You see me in my Black Fox News Voice of the People sweater, man. We got sweaters, we got shirts, hoodies, leggings, book bags, phone cases, all at blackfoxnews.com/shop. We'd appreciate it if y'all went there and show some love, show support of the movement, man. We doing good for the people. Check this out, though. Over in Arizona, actually. So check this. In the southern desert area near the U.S.-Mexico border, there's a group actually known as No More Deaths that actually offers humanitarian aid for migrants since they getting harassed by this Trump administration, right? So they actually were searching for a migrant who was last seen, you know, coughing, vomiting blood, just looking real bad. They did this search because Border Patrol would not initiate the rescue, and in doing so, they actually found the remains of 4 sets of human bodies. So it lets you know that they really not giving a fuck about these migrants, which I already been letting y'all know. But also, member of No More Deaths, Scott Daniel Warren, actually had just had 3 days of testimony wrapped up on his case. He faces misdemeanor charges for basically offering food, water, and shelter and clothing to the migrants. Green Wall and graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady Leon, what the fuck going on for this BFN Report, man. Check me out, man. Black Fox News, Voice for the People. Go ahead, get you some paraphernalia at blackfoxnews.com/shop. We got cell phone cases, book bags, leggings, etc., man. We support us and support the movement, man. We doing good for the people. But over in New York, though, actually, state lawmakers have moved to basically get get Trump's tax returns handed over to Congress. Now, this is being done because yesterday, actually, state senators have actually passed a law called the Trust Act, which will allow certain Congress members to attain tax returns for anybody through the Department of Taxation. And this has to pass by a vote on Monday by the New York Assembly. We'll see what happens, man. I think the walls is closing in on the kid, though. But if we do get him the fuck out of there, it's still a deeper problem there. You know what I'm saying? Because Mike Pence is up next, you dig? So think about that. Green Wall and graduate. The New World Order, Bishop Grady Leon, what the fuck going on for this BFN Report, man. Black Fox News, we the voice for the people. Check out blackfoxnews.com/shop. Join the movement, support the movement. We got sweaters, we got shirts, cell phone cases, book bags, all of that shit, man. You know what I mean? We greatly appreciate it too, man. We blowing up out here, so fuck with us. Check this out, though. U.S. Magistrate Court Judge Charles Day over in Maryland, he actually voted on the fate of 50-year-old Chris Hassan. Now, if y'all don't remember, this is the Coast Guard lieutenant that we actually had a stockpile of guns and a list of prominent Democratic politicians and just Democrats period, and journalists that he was going to assassinate. So he got arrested on some terror shit. Like, they felt like they broke up a terror plot. Well, this white man has been allowed by Charles Day to actually stay in an in-home detention for 24 hours, under 24 hours surveillance until his trial. Now my question to you is, if his color was of other, do you think they would allow that shit? Green War on graduation. The New World Order, Bishop Grady laying over the fuck going on for this BFN report. So over in Kabul, Afghanistan, actually, there was an attack on Counterpart International. Now, Counterpart International, this is a U.S. company that is actually funded by, specifically by USAID, or U.S. Agency for International Development. Now, this taking place, right? And mind you, Counterpart International, they're based out of Norfolk, Virginia, but over there in Kabul, Afghanistan, where there's supposed to be peace talks between the Taliban and the U.S. and them trying to get the Taliban to talk with the Afghan government or whatever. Man, Taliban has lately just been like, fuck all that. And basically in this scenario, 5 gunmen came to that office and shot that shit up, man. At least 9 people dead. We're talking about officers, we're talking about 3 civilians. Honestly, and then dozens injured, a couple dozen injured. So the only reason that it stopped is because Afghan security forces were there and they actually killed all 5 gunmen. So that's what's happening, man. So much for that peace talk. Green War and graduation. We'll go to Bishop Grady laying over the fuck going on for this BFN report. I'm in the voice for the people sweater today, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead and go to blackfoxnews.com/shop. Get you one. We got it in all colors and sizes. But we also got other gear too, man. Shirts, fucking sneakers, boots, cell phone cases, all of that, whatever. We'd appreciate the support. Check this out though. Over in Lahore, Pakistan, the Pakistani Taliban has actually claimed responsibility for doing a suicide bomb on an 11th century Sufi shrine. Sufi being a sect of the Arabs or the Islamists or whatever. And also in doing this or whatever, it also wounded 25 people and at least killed 10. So that's what's going down. The U.S. is supposed to be in talks with, Taliban or whatever, at least in Afghanistan, whatever, peace talks. But it don't seem like we got any fucking control over there, so let's cut it out. And, it sucks that people gotta lose their life over terrorism and religion, man. Green War and graduation, man. Mr. Grady laying over the fuck going on for this BFN report, man. The voice for the people, man. Go ahead and get you some paraphernalia at blackfoxnews.com/shop. You get you something like this in different colors and sizes and all of that, whatever. All types of colors. We also got shirts. We got summertime shit. We got book bags, cell phone cases, all of that, man. We appreciate the support. Check this out, though. Over in Denver, Colorado, if you haven't heard, they actually decriminalized shrooms. You know what I'm saying? Psychedelic mushrooms that has the active ingredient known as psilocybin or psilocybin, psilocybin. Now, this is actually something that is proven to have positive effects on people with PTSD, anxiety, pain, depression, and things of that nature, whatever. It's still illegal to have, but due to the votes on the ballot or on the shit, it actually becomes the lowest priority for law enforcement. And they should do the same thing with weed on a national scale. Why not? Green War and graduation, though. The New World Order, Bishop Grady laying over the fuck going on for this BFN report, man. The voice for the people, you know the shit. Go ahead to blackfoxnews.com/shop and definitely show us some love and go ahead and get you a sweater. We got shirts and all of that, whatever. With the logo, different types of shirts, all colors and sizes and all that. We'd appreciate the love. And check this out though. Over in Baltimore, Maryland, at Johns Hopkins University, there was actually a month-long sit-in going on, and by students, 7 students actually who wanted. I don't know if it was 7 students all throughout the month, but 7 students were actually arrested after the university called police to come in. Now, what the students were protesting against was Johns Hopkins actually saying they were going to create their own private police force, and also they were going to have a contract, having a contract with ICE being Immigration, Customs, and Enforcement. So, we always got to shout out the activists on here. We really cut from that cloth, you dig? So, salute to them white people that was doing that, because, I ain't even gonna go there. Green War and graduation, though. The New World Order, Bishop Grady laying over the fuck going on for this BFN report, man. The voice for the people. You already know this shit. Go ahead to blackfoxnews.com/shop and definitely support our movement and get you some gear as well. We got shit like this in all colors and sizes. We got shirts, we got book bags, we got cell phone cases and all of that. So we'd appreciate the love of the support. Check this out though. Now, I told y'all yesterday about the strike that was going to go on with Uber. Some people who watching this might have actually felt the effects of that. The Uber drivers were, essentially taking off to convince companies like Uber and Lyft and all of that, whatever, to make their people essentially full-time employees. But you know, it always comes down to the money. So if the money was right, I don't think they give a fuck about that. But I said yesterday that this was actually going on in a dozen cities across the country. It actually turned out that this was happening worldwide. You know what I mean? Even in London, even in Sao Paulo, you know what I'm saying? And cities like that, big cities or whatever, this was going down. So this is all ahead of Uber about to go public, and they being evaluated at $90 billion. So motherfuckers definitely want a piece of that pie. You know, green wall and graduation though.